Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Cruz. For those of you that are new to Coach Cruz, I'm your host, Brad. And anyway, I have Zoe here with me, giving her a little cheese cube here so she doesn't start tearing my arm up. But let me start saying hello to everybody. We got off to a heck of a great start today, courtesy of a couple gentlemen here, and I'll mention in a moment. But Jimbo from Mempho was the first to check in, and then followed, and so congrats on that, Jimbo. And Lito Tito won the silver medal. Says hope everyone is having a good week. And then we had Seg with the bronze. And then Tim G and Frankie Floyd kicked us off in the best of ways. Tim with a $20 super chat. He said, let's get this party started right. Zoe needs treats. And Zoe's reading the message right there and saying, yeah, do what he says. So we have a chicken jerky here for Zoe that she's very fond of. So say thank you. Say thank you to Tim. Say thank you again. Say thank you again. Say thank you again. Say thank you again. High five for Tim. Say thank you. Say thank you. There you go. Good girl. That was a big hearty thank you. And thank you, Tim. And the thing is, I poured myself a drink, so I don't need this double. Normally, I'll do a double, and that's after I'll pour that into my Yeti. And that is after, I drank a little bit, though. But we're just getting started, and I just got back from practice. So we're going to go to the Buffalo Trace straight out of the gate here, courtesy of Tim. And again, thank you, Tim. You're starting us off right, and I needed this today. So cheers, and thanks again for that. Yes, it was a bit of a hectic day. And then Frankie Floyd, right after that, like within a second, Frankie Floyd popped in here with the $2 super sticker. So for those of you new to the channel, real quick, every show, hopefully every show, and sometimes more than one. Like last week, we gave away 2 prizes. We reached 100 twice. So Mark Futch got us started last week. He was numbers 1 and 2. And then, as I just mentioned, Tim G this week starting us off. He's numbers 3 through 22. And then Frankie Floyd is numbers 23 and 24. So if I were to call any of those numbers once we reach 100, those people, depending upon which number, which of those 3 sets of numbers, if their number fell anywhere in that range of what they have, then they win the T-shirt. Or I have some mugs now, but the stickers that I adhere to the vinyl stickers that are waterproof and all that other stuff. I'm ordering more. So I have the mugs, but I don't have the stickers to go on them. So that part is happening. So you can get a mug, but it's just going to be a wait for the stickers. So let's say hello to everybody. We have Cruise Life TV. Greg and Michelle are here. It says, looks like Zoe won't be the only one getting a treat. And yes, you are right, because I sure got my treat as well. And Tim was correct also. He says, I know they both need one. We got Sean Abel back. Good to see you. Says, hi, Coach. 4 days and 15 hours and 59 minutes until we board the Conquest. And Sean, you surprised me there for a second. I thought you were about to say until we board the Celebration, because I think my countdown is roughly about the same. So I don't know whether you're going on Saturday or Sunday. If you're going on Saturday, then I have 5 days in that amount of time. So Michelle says, good girl, Zoe. Well, she's been a good girl today, as far as I know. Cheryl is here. Great to see you, Cheryl. Rick Wade. What's the newest article, Rick? Rick, for those of you that don't know, is a journalist down in Texas, and he's written a lot of articles in regards to cruising. So if you're one of the many people that follow his column, you know who he is already. And we got Z here. And then Will G. Yoli is back. She says, hola, Coach Zoe and everybody. And hola back to you, Yoli. Lito Tito says, hectic ain't the word. Yes, I am complete agreement on that. Team Reese Travels is here. Hello there. Danny D, the spectacular supporter. And we all us creators need spectacular supporters. So love that name there. Lisa's Cruise Adventures here. All right, I'm loving. We got a lot of creators here. That's awesome. Mandy is back once again. Great to see you once again, Mandy. Love to see that. Cruising on the high seas and travel. Love it. We have Blessed Nettie here. Controversial cruising. Scott is here once again. Great to see you again, Scott. We got Fireball Steve and that shot glass. I've mentioned this a few times that I just drank out of. That was from Fireball Steve. I did not forget. Moonlight Adventures. Great to see Josh and Chastity. They went on a cruise not too long ago. Frankie Floyd says 25 days until the Mardi Gras. That's going to be awesome. Love the Mardi Gras. Z Show is counting down to his Jubilee cruise. He's been talking about it all year. He has got to be so super pumped. We got Rick Wade here with a super chat. Let's get him on the board. He is numbers 25 through 29. Let's throw that up there on the screen. It says waiting for Royal to roll out the 25-26 calendar. Team Reese Travel says we're boarding the celebration with you Sunday. Heck yes. All right, we got to do that bar crawl together on Monday. Ann is here, and Ann is boarding the Mardi Gras. No way. I don't know. Is it the Mardi Gras? You're board. I think Ann is boarding a cruise a day before me, or maybe I got you mixed up with somebody. I know you're doing a cruise sometime soon, or you just went on one. I can't keep track of everybody cruising. Sean says sailing the Conquest on Sunday. Okay, so our countdown is about the same. Carnival Cruise Addicts is here once again. Great to see you all. All right, we got so many people checking in. I love this. Seg is here. Ben is here once again. Justin is here. Justin, you're normally first in. What happened today? You missed the first place ribbon there. Michael is back. Great to see you. Cruising Scene is here. Montserrat Dubois. I hope I pronounced that right. Great to see you here. Lalila Bazaar. All right. I hope I pronounced that name. But I love when I have to pronounce names for the first time, because that means you are here for the first time, which love to have you here. And we're going to get into discussion. It's just we have so many people to say hi to. And look at that. We got Carnival Cruise Addicts helping us out. And guess what that is? That is shot time. And that is Zoe time. As they said drink up and Zoe treat. Well, I'm going to give Zoe a little appetizer here, which I'm sure she appreciates. And then we got some more chicken jerky for courtesy of Carnival Cruise Addicts. So what do you say? What do you say? You say what? You say thank you. Say thank you. Good girl. Good girl. So she says thank you. And let me say thank you for my Buffalo Trace here. And this is already number 2. So I'm going to be feeling just right here. And thank you. Zoe's looking at that shot like she wanted one. Yeah, that's awesome. Carnival Cruise Addicts, you are number 30 through 44. And we are moving right along here toward doing the drawing for that first shirt. Lalila has a question here. Says, hey, Coach, are you planning to cruise on Firenze? No, not yet. I'm going on the Venezia in June, though. And I know that's on the opposite coast, but that's the closest I have going on right now. I'm on the Venezia, but no plans for the Firenze just yet. I mean, there's so many ships I want to get on and go on, but obviously you can't go on them all. Traveler Bus says, hey, Coach Cruise, and hello, everybody else. Shane is here. What's going on? Lisa's Cruise Adventures. I don't think I mentioned you yet, but welcome if I didn't. Traveler Bus, Moonlight Adventures. All right, look at this. And look at this. We got everybody. You guys are all so awesome today. Wow. Okay, Michael G. Look at that. Let's get that on the screen there. And anybody new here, you're probably like, when does the show actually start? But just saying hi to everybody here. Appreciate it so much. So let's see, 45 through 59. And look at that. Y'all are going to get me in trouble tonight. But I don't mind getting into a little bit of trouble. We got 43 people watching already. This is awesome. Oh, while we're waiting, if you all could hit that, Lewis, speaking of Lewis, him and his wife have been so gracious to host me this coming Saturday. We're going to probably do a couple of these while we're down there. But Michael, thank you so much for this. And this time I get my treat before you get yours. So how about that? How about that? Thank you so much for that. And you're saying thank you to Michael. Say thank you to Michael. Say thank you to Michael. Good girl. All right. Thank you for that, Michael. I appreciate it. And Lalila, I got you right here. Thank you for that. Lalila, I'm going to write you down here. Lalila, your numbers are 60 and 61. And we got a little apple chip thing. So high five for Lalila. High five. There you go. Good girl. All right, perfect. We got Michelle here and Lewis, as I mentioned. Like I said, they're hosting me down there, and we'll probably get into a little bit of trouble on Saturday night down in Miami. They live right in the Miami area there. So I'm going to be partying with them this Saturday. Super looking forward to that. And Lewis says, for sure. And Lewis and I got into some trouble in Alaska at the Alchemy Bar and in Victoria, Canada. We got into a little bit of trouble at the Barden Banker in Victoria, Canada. If anybody knows where that is, really, really cool, fun bar. His wife, Monsi, myself, my buddy, and several other people, even some crew members. We all went out together from the Carnival Luminosa, and we were all partying there at this place called Barden Banker, and it was a lot of fun. Look at that. Now we got Michelle in the game here. You all are super, super awesome. Michelle WPB with a $5 super chat. So that makes you 62 through 66. Let's give a little high five for that too. A little high five for that. There we go. All right. Seg said I would have been going December 2nd on the Panorama, but no. So on to the next cruise, 52 days. Seg, did you get, was it the 50% off or did you get $100 future cruise credit? I'm just curious if you're Carnival Panorama, because I did, I shared a little video. John came out. Lalila says, and other people go ahead and chime in. Look at that. Cruise Life TV. You all are awesome. They said, we want to get this shirt drawing done now. And that's what we'll do. So Cruise Life TV is 67 through 100. We're going to have to start a new drawing here. Okay. So I only have the shirt right now because, like I say, the Yeti cups or whatever you want to call them. So there is the blue shirt. And let me read off everybody's numbers again, just so there is no controversy. Mark F is numbers 1 and 2. Tim G is 3 through 22. Frankie Floyd is 23 and 24. And we got to do the shot and we got to take care of Zoe. I'll do that in just a second. Rick Wade is 25 through 29. Carnival Cruise Addicts is 30 through 44. Michael G is 45 through 59. Lalila is 60 and 61. Michelle WPB is 62 through 66. And Cruise Life TV is 67 through 100. Okay, so for those of you that haven't done this before, you see right now, besides Marquette and Illinois getting ready to start, you see there's no other numbers or anything up there. I'm going to ask Siri for a random number 1 through 100, and then she's going to squirt out a number, and then wherever that number hits, that's who wins. Okay, so here we go. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 100. 41. 41. And guess who that is? They had numbers 30 through 44, and that is Carnival Cruise Addicts. So congratulations, Carnival Cruise Addicts. Let me get Cruise Life TV super chat because I owe you all a shot, and thank you so much for that. And I'm going to do that right now, and we need to get a treat for Zoe as well. So here we go. I'm glad I ate a little something before I got on today, right? Because this is super awesome. All right. And Cruise Life TV, thank you so much. And let's get Zoe taken care of. So, Greg and Michelle, what do you say to Greg and Michelle? Give them a high five first. And then what do you say? What do you tell them? What do you say? You say what? Thank you? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, you say thank you. Good girl. All right. So, yeah, thank you so much for that. That was awesome. Way to get the show started here today. So, it's Cruise Week. And let me just make sure there's no other questions here. Lido Tito was close. So Lalila was asking, I wanted you all to put in the comments that have been on the Kakins. Chris is here, and he just went on a cruise recently. Yeah, Lalila says Coach's going to hit his 15 cheers limit tonight. Well, if you all keep going, I'll do it. I'll do it. I might be in trouble by the end of the show, but I'll do it. Yeah, let me throw that up there. But Lalila's question earlier was, is the chef's table worth it? So I know several people here have been on the chef's table with Carnival, and I know other cruise lines do something similar. But in your opinion, let's help Lalila out here, and I will give my opinion as soon as a couple of you do. But is the chef's table worth it? So for those of you that have been on a chef's table, if you would like to put in the comments and share your opinion with Lalila here, I will give mine. Now, Lalila, I will say I did an entire video on the chef's table where I filmed the whole thing. So I highly encourage you to go into my video library and find that episode. It's got me on the front with the chef, and he's just posing for a picture with me. It was on the Carnival Horizon, and I filmed basically the whole process. The menu does change a couple times a year, but it's going to be something really good. It's going to be amazing. There's going to be some amazing things on there, but to me, it's expensive. It is, and depending upon what ship you go on, it can cost up to $100 per person. But let me put it to you like this: it's not just a meal; it's an experience, right? I mean, you're getting course after course, appetizer after appetizer. You're getting walked through the kitchen galley, and you're seeing all the behind the scenes stuff. Then you go into the dining room. There's a magician that performs for you. The chef tells you everything about what you're eating, how long it took to cook, what the ingredients were that went into it. It's just very interesting and informative. You're with only like a dozen people, that you're all at some big table. And if you're on one of the nicer ships, you're in a very nice glass dining room right in the middle of the kitchen, which is really cool to kind of see all the chefs walking around and that type of thing. So, oh wow, 119 per person. Wow, that price really shot up. If you're a foodie, I would say do it once. I did not know this. Lolita says the price is now 119 per person. Frankie Floyd is saying, I want to try it. At 119, I'm gonna be, I'll be honest, I'm gonna be a little more lenient in how often I do that. But I would definitely say it's definitely, especially if you're somebody that really loves food and you're just gonna enjoy the experience. If you're somebody that just wants a good meal, don't waste your money. Go somewhere like the steakhouse or something like that, and you can just get a good meal, and you don't need all of that. But it's a really, truly a dining experience. So I would say I would say go for it. I would definitely say go for it. Cruising on the High Seas says it's $80 on the Glory. Chris Kakins is saying, I'm planning on booking on the Jubilee. Very cool. Let's see what Sean says here. Sean says the chef's table is a wonderful experience. We've done it twice. However, if I had to choose between the chef's table and the Cheers package, I'd choose Cheers. It lasts the entire cruise. Yes. And if the chef's tables cost anywhere near how much Cheers cost, I definitely wouldn't be, I definitely would choose Cheers over the chef's table. But for two people, you're probably, let's say an average of about $200 for two people. And the Cheers package for a week is going to cost you $1,000. So, I mean, if I think what Sean is suggesting is if you're not going to be able to do Cheers also because you're doing, the chef's table, then don't also, don't book the chef's table over not purchasing Cheers. If that's what you're suggesting, Sean, I agree with you, 100%. If that $200 is going to make or break whether you purchase Cheers or not. So, Leela says, my friends did it on Panorama, and she's a well-known chef in Vegas. She said she highly recommends the chef's table. I'll say this to go along with that, Leela. I ate one time at the chef's table, and this guy was a real hardcore foodie. And he said for his birthday, one of his friends took him to a Michelin rated restaurant and, the whole experience and everything. And he said the chef's table was better. He said the chef's table was better than that Michelin 5-star rated place. And so for what that's worth, that kind of goes along with what your friend says, who is a chef. So yeah, I hope that helps you out. All right. So it's cruise week. And guess what? Let me see in the comments. How many of you think I'm packed? How many of you think I'm packed? Yes, I'm packed and ready to go. I'll give you 3 choices. I'm packed, I'm 50% packed, and I haven't even started yet. So I'm packed, 50 or 0. 150 or 0. What do you say? 150 or 0? Lito Tito says, nope, not yet. Michelle says, no, not packed. Rick, see, Rick's got some confidence in me. He says you're always packed. Jason, we just booked the Carnival Frenzy for February. Okay, so there's somebody going on the Frenzy. Lewis says 50. So he's giving me a little bit of credit there. Fireball Steve says 50. Carnival Cruise, 50. Cruising on the high seas and travel, no, because I'm a man. Oh, look, putting down half of the world right there. What's up about that? Michelle says 0, like nothing. Like I haven't done anything. Ollie says 50. Sandy says 50. Lost Pirate. Jenkins, welcome to the show. Cheryl says 50. Frankie, 50. Tim says Tim, you got no faith in me. Like Tim's known me for a while. You got 0 faith in me, Tim? Come on now. Seg says half. Cruise Life TV. Ann says NHOT. I think that means 0. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the shots. Sean says 50. Will, come on, Will. The Raiders are doing good, and you give me a 0? What's up with that? Lalila says, anyone going on the inaugural for Frenzy? And then Lalila, she says, I'm not packed either. Well, Shane says 50. Thank you to all the people that had at least a little faith in me. I'm about 50% packed. So all you 0 people out there, come on now. I think Rick was the only one that gave me credit for being all the way packed. But yeah, I'm a solid 50%. I started packing, and then I didn't quite finish. So it was one of those things where I folded the suitcase up, and then I got stuff outside the suitcase on top of the suitcase that I intend to go into the suitcase. And then I have to pull down some other stuff. But I'm about half packed. So I've started. Now, the reason I mention that is for those of you that are in your cruise weeks, or those of you about to be in your cruise weeks, and maybe new cruisers and things like that. I like to pack and be packed almost 100%, roughly a week before the cruise. I don't know how many of you out there are like me, but here's what happens to me. If I wait until the last day or two, I'm on the cruise and I forgot something. But if I pack 5, 6, 7 days ahead of time, then, while I'm packed, I remember, oh, I forgot to put this in the suitcase, or, oh, I forgot to put that in the suitcase. And it's those one or two things that I would have forgotten if I had waited till the last day or two. So I know a lot of us out there are procrastinators, but when we do take that little bit of extra time to get packed a few days earlier, like 5, 6, 7 days out, I think it does save us from leaving those one or two things at home that we might have otherwise forgotten. So Sex says I'm half packed all the time. Lito Tito says you're either packed or you're not. No way to be in between. Well, that's true, but so I'm not packed, Lito Tito, but I have half of what I want to take with me packed, if that makes any sense. So Michelle says, good for you, 50%. Great. I always intend to do that and then run out of time and end up doing it the day before. Yeah. Cruising on high seas travel. Okay. I'm always packed. When I return home, I wash and repack it right up. So that puts me always packed. I love that though. That's awesome. I just don't cruise enough to do all that. Now, speaking of being packed, here's the thing. How many of you, so I'm from the Midwest. I live in Chicago, for those of you that didn't know. And how many of you just really look forward to pulling stuff out of the closet that you haven't gotten an opportunity to wear in a long time because of where you live or because of where you're going? So here in Chicago, there is Lake Michigan, but I don't ever go to Lake Michigan. Some people around here do though. It's a nice place and all that. But when I'm packing my swimsuit, I know I'm going somewhere tropical, almost guaranteed, or somewhere that I really want to go to, right? And then when you're packing all those tropical shirts, like I have and it's not even my friend at Island Times, Derek. It's not even his shirt, but because Derek has the channel Island Time. But before his channel was even came about, I got this tank top and it said Island Time on it. And it's yellow and it's got the palm tree and everything else. And, that usually finds its way into the bag, and a few other tank tops and t-shirts with tropical graphic shirts and things like that. So those don't ever get worn. Those don't ever get worn unless I'm going on a cruise. So put something in the comments that you love to wear that you usually only gets worn if you're on a cruise or something. So let's see in the comments, for ladies, if it's a dress, if it's a favorite t-shirt, if it's some tropical graphic t-shirt like I just mentioned. But what item or 2 or 3 of clothing do you not ever get to wear unless you're going somewhere on vacation? I'm curious to see the comments on this one because I think it'd be fun. So I will wait just a second. And while I'm waiting for some people to throw down some of their favorite clothes to wear, Rick says photo vest with pockets. Okay. I can go with that. All right. I like this one. Cruise Life TV says my piano keyboard shirt for when we go to the piano bar. That makes perfect sense. That's the type of thing I'm talking about. Usnavi says fancy dresses and costumes. Usnavi, this is totally unrelated, but on a cruise I went on with Usnavi and Lito Tito. We're walking around, and I think we were headed to Comedy or something like that. And I think Fireball Steve's wife and somebody else's wife was in front of Usnavi. This might sound bad, but it just sounded so hilarious in the moment. But all of them were hunting ducks the whole cruise. And and Usnavi, Michelle, she says just blurts out loud. She's like, I apologize, the French or whatever, but she says, would you bitches stop looking for ducks or something like that? I mean, just the way she said it in the moment and everything. And I didn't know that that's what they were doing, but the moment she said it, I like had looked at them and just realized, oh my God, that's exactly what they were doing. Like they were just scanning every area and looking under every little crevice as we walked towards our destination, but they were totally hunting for ducks. And I don't know, that just made me laugh out loud. I just thought it was funny as heck. Ann says, I always bring the Coach Cruise t-shirt. Yeah, we got to put that up on the screen. I do too. I got one of the Coach Cruise t-shirts. I wore the yellow. I don't normally wear the yellow, but I'm like, you know what? I haven't worn the yellow in a long time. Let me wear the yellow on the channel tonight. My Loud Hawaiian shirts. Yep. Those are always fun. Cruising in the High Seas says all my cruise clothes. Lido Tito, the Grinch costume and the Roaring 20s outfit. And Lido Tito and I were the first to hook up on New Year's Eve last year in our Roaring 20s gear. He met me at the Alchemy Bar. I remember that. Lido Tito says I wear my Coach Cruise shirts all the time. I love that, Tim, and thank you for that support. La Lila says, nice formal dresses. I'm normally in black leggings and a sweater. It's my mom mode attire. But yeah, well, you know what? And then you go on the vacation and you get to, dress up and feel all good and everything. I get that. That's awesome. Okay. So Cruise Life TV says, good answer, Tim. Yes, good answer, Tim. Fireball Steve says, they're always duck hunting. Yeah, in reference to the ducks and Usnavi pointing that out. Justin says, not even close yet. Lido Tito, always Steve, always duck hunting. Sean says, here's a weird one. I carry a cruise wallet that can hold my sail and sign card, a credit card, and a couple of bucks. I only use it when I'm cruising. Okay, there you go. I like that. I like that. Don White says, I bring certain cruise hats, and welcome, Don, because I don't think I've said your name today. Bring certain cruise hats like Panama Jack, special dresses, 14 pairs of shoes, to name something. 14 pairs. Don, how many pieces of luggage are you bringing with you? 14 pairs. That literally takes its own suitcase, correct? Like, let's see. So here's the difference between guys and ladies, right? Okay, I bring my gym shoes, which are either on. Usually when I'm boarding the ship, I'm still in my gym shoes. Flip-flops, and maybe I'll get, one pair of dress shoes. That's it. The 3 pairs of shoes at the most for me. But 14, Don, I mean, are you on a back-to-back cruise, or are you wearing 2 different pairs of shoes every day? Like, if you pack 14, Don, I want to know how many pairs don't get worn. How many of this 14 don't get worn? I need to know that. Will G says, I always bring my Coach Cruise t-shirt. I love that. Justin is saying 100. 100 what? I think the bourbon's hitting me. I don't know what the 100 means. Is that 100 likes? I hope. No. Yeah, and if you haven't hit the like button, everybody, I appreciate it if you did that. Rick says, I plan to take my purple Coach Cruise t-shirt on my next cruise. Love that. Let's get that up there. Yoli says, Bucky's t-shirt always strikes up conversations with cruisers. And you know what? I'd agree with that. I remember when I didn't even know what Bucky's was. And somebody was driving me down to Galveston and like, have you ever heard of Bucky's? I'm like, no, what's that? Well, it's a gas station. I'm like, it's a gas station. Okay. We don't need to talk about this anymore. But no, it's you don't understand. And I didn't understand. because as we all know that have been to Buc-ee's, Buc-ee's is not just a gas station. Usnavi says they were walking ahead of us, hunting without me. And I said, these itches are hunting ducks. Yep, that's what it was. That's what it was. And I just laughed out loud. I thought it was funny as heck. And Frankie Floyd says, my wife does also. All right. So, yeah, you know what? Great comments by everybody. Dawn says, I wear all of the shoes. I love dressing up. It's always been my thing. You know what? That's awesome. That's awesome. If that's what you love doing on a cruise, then that's what you need to always be doing on a cruise. Whatever brings you joy and happiness, that's what you should be doing. For me, sometimes it's a watermelon martini. All right. So, cruise week. We had talked about packing a little bit, when some of us pack, when some of us should pack, when some of us usually pack. And, actually, I just talked about it a little bit, and Dawn was mentioning it with her shoes. But, what are your necessities? What are your things that not everybody packs, but you have to pack? Now, for me, being a content creator, there's a lot of video equipment and things like that I have to pack. I have a stabilizer, so everything's not shaking when I'm filming. And when I first started out, didn't have that, and learned the hard way, and had some bad video and a lot of video that I had to chuck because of all the shakiness and things like that. So, multiple things of video equipment. I'm trying to think, there's things that like Coach Cruise stuff, buttons and stickers that I give away. That's in my bag that, some people don't take, that I enjoy taking. Oh, and I don't have them with me right now, but I have these little, and these are great conversation starters also. Somebody was talking about the Buc-ee's t-shirt being great conversation starters. So, and you can, I'm giving you a little tip for those of you that haven't cruised with me. Those of you that have cruised with me, you've seen these, but they're called balloon lights, and they're only like this big. They look like a little tiny marble, and there's a little piece of paper inside of it. You pull that little piece of paper out, it lights up, and you throw it in a drink, and it's waterproof. So if you get the multicolored one, your drink turns into like a little disco show or something. And it never fails. I put those in my drink, and then there'll be people come up to the bar, and they're like, what drink is that? And the bartender inevitably ends up asking me, hey, can I get a couple of those, those lights to give these people, whatever. And, I always do. But yeah, it's a fun little thing. It turns your drink into a little. Yeah, Anna's seen those before. I brought those on. Frankie Floyd says OTC meds. Okay, yeah, whatever it takes to get it done. Jimbo from Info, my camera gear for my YouTube channel, and yeah, drop your channel name into the comments there, Jimbo, and appreciate that. Lito Tito says, gotta have my Coach light in my drink. Yes, and I do too. Zoe is just beating me up here over these treats. Lalila, is it like an ice cube? No, Lalila, you know what? I'm with arm's reach. Okay. I don't know if you all can see this. Do you see the blood right there? This dog, I know I always say she's ripping up my arm, but literally this week she's drawn blood, scraping up my arm here, trying to get treats. Stop it. You're already making me bleed. And she just keeps doing it. She doesn't care. I'm going to show you. I am going to show you all. I just happen to have some of these lights right here. They're not expensive. You can get 100 of them for, I don't know, in the ballpark of $11 to $14, something like that. But let me pull one out here for everybody. So this is what they look like. They're like this big, right? And you see this little paper tab at the top of it. But if I pull this out, it should light up. Let's see if it works. And hopefully I don't have a dud here. There we go. So you can see it lighting up. Now, I have a bunch of light on in here, so it's not going to have the full effect. But in a drink, it looks pretty cool. Now, I just turned it off. And if you save that little paper tab and you slide it back in the little slot, the light will turn off. So those come in a bag of 100. So, you can start some great conversations of your own. Go on to Amazon and click in the search balloon lights, and you will see these little glowing balls that change colors and things like that. It'll only cost you, yes, Lula says on Amazon, that's where I ordered mine, and they are called balloon lights. Leela says that's a conversation starter for sure. What is that light thing called? Balloon lights. Leela, balloon lights. And then once you've had a few and you want to be really crass and completely, I don't know, whatever. I can't even do it. I'll let somebody else say it. But if they reach into the bag, no, I can't even do it. Like I did a few shots, but I haven't done that many. I'm not gonna cross that line yet. But there are some certain things when you have lights that are shaped like a ball, that's you can let your mind wander from there. Yeah, Lalila says I need to put my name on those lights and have your own. Some people have thought those were my own, but no, I didn't come up with that idea. And you're only, I take about 100, maybe 200 of those on a cruise with me, and anybody that asks for one, I'm like, here you go. And I try to. That's why I always wear cargo shorts. Well, not always, but most of the time, if you see me on a cruise, I'm in cargo shorts because I got buttons and stickers. And if it's nighttime and I'm going to the bars, I got these little lights in my pocket. So I need to have room and I need to have pockets to carry all this stuff because I don't like just setting everything on the bar there. Oh, yeah. So Lalila says it's about $9.98 for 100 balls on Amazon. That's a good price because normally when I check, it's like $11, $12, $13. So I don't know. I would recommend getting the multicolored ones. I've never gotten just the light ones, but I think the color ones are pretty good. So if you all do that, you'll have a good time. By the way, if anybody wants to keep this dog from tearing up my arm for a while, any super chat at this point will be appreciated so I can get her off this chair and quit scratching up my arm. But yeah. So we got through the first 100 for those of you that are joining late, but anybody that does let me take a drink here. Oh, Lalila, I like that. Probably a few other people have those too, but Lalila says, well, I know what I'm taking with me on my next cruise. People ask, it's called Coach Cruise balls. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, that's funny. It sounded funny, is what it sounded like. Leah says that didn't sound right. It sounded funny. I liked it. I got a laugh out of it. I'm having wine right now. That is just fine. All right, look at that. Carnival Cruise Addicts has got us started. And you know what? Because that's the first one in a while, we're gonna give a full-on Zoe treat for that. And say thank you to Carnival Cruise Addicts. Say thank you. Say thank you. Say thank you. Say thank you. There you go. Good girl. All right. And thank you. And now my arm can rest for about 42 seconds. Carnival Cruise Addicts. And Carnival Cruise Addicts, let me just say thank you again because you are numbers 1 through 5 for our next t-shirt drawing. And Carnival Cruise Addicts, they won the shirt for this week. And you all just message me and I will send you your shirt, your size, your color. And I just ordered more shirts because there you go, Lalila. I appreciate that. Lalila, you are number 6. You're number 6. And look at this. I had a little piece of salami here. So high five for Lalila. There you go. Appreciate that. Yeah, so the shirts. Yeah, the shirts. I just ordered a bunch more shirts because the bar crawl I'm going on, we are close to 100 people. And if anybody's going, actually, there is at least one person in here going on the celebration with me for Thanksgiving. So if that person and anybody else has them on here, Lido Tito Timo has 100 count for $679. Is that the multicolored Lido Tito? Because I will be ordering from there. Does Timu that Lido Tito is talking about? They're like the knockoff Amazon. It's kind of like the Walmart Amazon, I would say, but there are some things on there that are very affordable, and you're like, and the quality is not bad like you would think it. Now I have ordered off there a few times. Like I ordered some carabiners, like these colored carabiners recently. And, of course, in the picture, they look like they're like this big. But when I get them, they're like this big. So you got to be careful of what you order to make sure it's the right size and that type of thing. But there are a lot of great values on there. So, yeah, I've ordered that. So Lido Tito is saying you can get 100 of them for $679, those balloon lights. So for those of you that want to get those balloon lights, and like I said, they are fabulous conversation starters, especially if you were going to some place like the Alchemy Bar, you will have a great time. And Leela's cracking me up. Annette Grimes is here. Well, hi, Annette. Yes, multicolored. All right, cool. All right, so we are getting on the cruise. It is cruise day now. All right, with 13 minutes left, it is finally cruise day. So here's some would you rathers. Would you rather you just get on a cruise ship? You have a carry-on with you. If you're with somebody, they also have a carry-on. Would you rather take that carry-on to the first bar you see to get a drink, or would you rather pass the bar by and go straight to the room and drop off your bags? If you can, if you're allowed, if you had either option, which would you do? Would you get the drink first? We just got on the ship. Let's get this party started. We can take the bag up in a little bit, but let's get our drink. Are you getting the drink, or are you passing by? And don't anybody say the muster yet. Keep that separate. Those are your two choices. You're going to the bar for a drink, or you are going straight to the room to drop those bags off and then going to the bar or to your food or whatever. Cruise Light TV. There's the muster. I got it. That's funny. Tim says drop off the bag. Okay, so they're not getting the drink. Cruise Life goes straight to the muster station and then drop off the bag. All right, so they're getting all the hassle stuff out of the way. Frankie says bring my carry-on. Yeah. Well, that's what I do. I carry my stuff on because I'm afraid that my bag's going to get lost. And that's like a serious fear that I have because I've seen people without luggage, and that's not a good thing. Rick says, well, the bar first. Why the question? I like your thinking, Rick. I like that thinking. Jimbo says, drop bag at the cabin. Sandy says, Sandy lost. Pirate Jenkins says the bar. Ann says room or muster. So either or. Usnavi says, get the drink on the way to muster. But they don't let you burn the drink in the muster, or do they? Like you got to set it down or set it aside or something like that. Look, we got Ken here. He's saying drop off the bag. Scott says, get the drink, then drop the bag, then get another drink, then the muster drill. There you go. I like that. Fireball Steve says, drop off the bag. Don says, drink first. Yes, drink first with her 14 pairs of shoes by her side. Annette says, drink first. Muster is always first. Jimbo says, drop bag at the room. Jason says, drink. All right. Will says, straight to the room. Lalila, I'm at the bar. Yeah, Lalila is enjoying. You are enjoying the wine. I like it. I'm at the bar, double fisting shots of cognac with my luggage. Love it. Awesome. Seg says drop off. I think I'm probably 2 stools down from you, Lalila. Carnival Cruise Addict says, hey, Will G. Annette says you can walk with the drink to your drop off. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you just have one carry on, yeah, you could do that. And I think I've probably done that. It might be my second drink that I'm walking with, but yeah. Kelly G says muster, bags, and then drinks. Yeah, let's get all the annoying stuff out of the way, and then let's get going to straight party mode. I feel that. Will says, hey, CCA. Yoli says, if we're in Galveston, I'm dropping off bags first. Anywhere else, I'm going straight to the bar. I don't know why Galveston plays a role in this, but do tell. Lalila says, my luggage is having shots with me at the bar. There you go. Just line up shots on top of the luggage. Usnavi says, never stopped us. Okay. All right, look at that. We are caught up. Okay. So we did talk about bar or baggage. All right. Now, are you somebody? Now, you kind of answered this. Some of you kind of already answered this already, but usually if I'm going to do the drink, then the bags, then the muster. But are you somebody that does now? Most places now, they'll let you have 2 drinks and then you have to go to get your muster. I will say this. Normally I'll do my muster before I do the 2 drinks. But I do want to get that drink out of the way. Like I feel like getting the drink kicks everything off. But I think a lot of it depends on, the flow of traffic and things like that. Like you might walk by and you might notice that there's nobody in line for the elevators. And you might just say to yourself, ooh, we can get on an elevator quick here and, drop these off at our room and then go to the bar. But then you might walk by the elevators and you might see like, oh my God, look at how many people are waiting for the elevator. Then that changes my mind. Now I'm going to the bar because, I'm in a good mood. I just got on the ship. I want to keep that good mood going. Maybe if I have a drink in me, that'll make that wait in line for the elevator up to the room or whatever go a little bit smoother. So I probably could have added all that stuff in, but I didn't. But I appreciate the comments. Those were good. All right, now cruise traditions. Cruise traditions. I want to know some of your cruise traditions. Now here is mine, and I'm starting you off with mine because I think it's to gather understanding from everybody. One of my cruise traditions is to go to the steakhouse on the first day on the ship. The steakhouse on the first day of the ship. That's one of my things where I'm like, all right, we're going to get this cruise started off right. We're going to go to the steakhouse and have a fabulous meal. And that's going to be all part of getting this cruise kicked off the right way. So that is a cruise tradition for me. At least one time every cruise, I'm going to go to the steakhouse. And usually that one time is the first night. And sometimes it'll be multiple nights. Now, I'm going on Thanksgiving, right? So I might be eating steak for my Thanksgiving dinner because I'm going to the steakhouse the first night I get on the ship, which is this Sunday. And then I'm going to go again on Thanksgiving. I already signed up for it. So for this cruise, I'll be hitting the steakhouse twice. But what traditions do you have that you like to do on every cruise? So let's see what everybody's got. Yoli says Cheers package doesn't kick in on day one in Galveston. That is true. And that's when it's good to be a gambler, Yoli, because if you get your free drinks in the casino, then that first night you can just hang out in the casino and find your favorite waiter or waitress and sit at a penny slot machine and just drink to your heart's content. Cruise Life TV says Shaq's Big Chicken is our first bite. And Carnival Cruise Addicts, or Cruise Life TV, I'm sorry, that is probably going to be my first bite as well. I love that selection. I haven't had Shaq's Chicken in quite a while now. So I'm super looking forward to the Shaq's Chicken. I'm going with one of these spicy chicken varieties. Lalila says, is the steakhouse worth it on the first night? The steakhouse is worth it on every night, in my opinion. I mean, I know it's $48 per person. And don't get me wrong. I'm not paying for the steakhouse every night, but is it worth? I mean, the good thing about the steakhouse on the first night too, is you get a free bottle of wine. Yes. Will G just said it right there. Let's throw that up. Will G says it is. Get a free bottle of wine. Yes, you do. Fireball Steve says, as soon as I get a Guy's burger and a Miami Vice, then it's official. That's what I'm talking about right there. Rick Wade says chops on either the first or second night. And Rick is a Royal fan, Royal cruiser. So I will be checking out some chops when I go on a Royal cruise. Rick's gonna invite me. And it's like, hey, you know what? You want to go on a Royal cruise? Here, I know a guy. I'm counting on you, Rick. Lalila says pizza is our first bite. Oh, Lalila, we got to get you to Chicago for some real pizza, because if you're going to the cruise for pizza, we can do so much better here in Chicago for you. But hey, if that's your thing, that is your thing. Frankie Floyd says hit the Mongolian Walk. Yeah, the Mongolian Walk, done that a few times. That is a good, solid selection. And you don't feel so guilty going to the Mongolian Walk either. Kelly G, look at this one. Let's put this one on the screen. She says spa deals first day. Get those spa deals. Get yourself spoiled on your cruise. I like it. Jason says, Jason Cool. I am with at Fireball Steve. Usnavi says shrimp Szechuan as my first meal. There you go. That would be Mongolian Walk. Jimbo from Memphis says, had chops 3 months ago, and it was amazing. Amazing. I got to go to Chops. I got to go. Just have to. Yoli says, we enjoy mimosas on the balcony while contemplating life. Yes. I love that. I love it. Usnavi, you can have my greasy burger. Give me the fries. I'll get you some Szechuan. There you go. Lalila says the lobster roll at Seafood Shack is my fave, hands down. The Ringer is the best burger. There you go. Kelly G, Chicago's pizza, yummy, the best. Yes, I agree. I definitely agree with that. All right. So, I think most of the people in this that are still here with us, you know, driving or flying, just put driving or flying on wherever your cruise port is. Do you normally, your next cruise, are you driving or flying? Next cruise, driving or flying? Let's just see how many people are flying. I'm guessing most people are going to be driving, but driving or flying, put in the comments what you normally do to get to your cruise destination. Because I'm flying, but I know I'm usually in the minority. All right. Okay. Got a lot of comments on this one. All right. So Michelle driving, Carnival Cruise Addicts driving, Lalila driving, Jimbo driving, Cruise Life is driving. And I know they live in Florida, so they're driving almost every time. Fireball Steve is flying because he's in the Midwest like me, so he doesn't have a choice. Well, he does, but Wanda driving. Ken is driving. Lito Tito driving. Seg is flying. Seg's flying. Will driving, flying. Sandy's flying. Jason is flying. Oh, Annette is a Chicago Southsider. So she knows. Yeah, I know Lewis is driving. He lives in Florida too. Now, okay, for most of you that said driving, those of us that said flying, we're probably all jealous of you because we have to fly to the destination, which probably means we're coming from somewhere cold. And if you're driving, it probably means that you live somewhere warm that is close to a cruise ship and you don't have to fly. So those of us that do have to fly, we are jealous of all of you. And I'm looking forward to the day when I can say that I'm driving to my cruise port to go on a cruise. So, yeah, those of you that are driving, good for you. But we're jealous. We're jealous. I would prefer to drive. But now, here's another one. Okay, so those of us that are flying, I'm almost certain that you're flying in the day before. Now, for all of you that are driving, which was so many of you, right? And even those of you flying, go ahead and put this answer in, especially if you're flying in day of. But how many people that are going on their next cruise are traveling in the day before? Traveling in the day before. How many people are traveling the day before? Yes, if you're traveling in the day before. No, or just put day before or day of. Day before or day of. I'm sorry. Day before or day of. Lito Tito. Lito Tito is going to build me a tiny home in Louisiana, and I'm going to live in his backyard. So Lito, Tito, Usnavi, myself, Anita, and Zoe, all together, and we're going to borrow their pool. Lito Tito said so. Yes. As long as Usnavi and Lito Tito cook for us on a regular basis and build us a tiny home, we will be down there. There, put that up. Lalila says we live in Las Vegas. It's only a 4-hour drive to Long Beach Port. Yeah, that's too short a drive to fly. Absolutely. Fireball Steve says 2 days before this time. Now, Fireball, you are going on the Jubilee, right? I think is your next cruise. I do believe you are on the inaugural with the Island Time crew. So, yeah, maximize that vacation. Carnival Cruise Addict says no, not the day before. Anne says yes, and Anne is in Florida, but she's still going in a day before. Jimbo says 2 days before. Michelle, look at that. Michelle's another gambler. Michelle, I bet, gets free drinks in the casino. She says day of. Carnival Cruise Addicts, day of. But they probably live in Florida or like close to the port, I bet. Lito Tito says driving in at least 2 days before. Look at that. And they're driving. Cruise Life, day of. Look at all these day of. All these gamblers. Wow, I thought I liked to gamble a little bit. We got a bunch of gamblers. Tim says day of. I know they live in Florida also. Wanda, welcome. Says day of. Sandy says yes, day before. Shane, I fly to Long Beach from Phoenix the day. Ooh, Long Beach from Phoenix. Okay. Well, I mean, it's warm, nice weather usually over there. So, yeah, I wouldn't try that as much on the East Coast, but I get it. Ken says day of. Lalila, day of, but it's a 4-hour drive. Okay, so I get that. But California can have some crazy traffic. So, as long as you're leaving early enough, I guess, right? Jason says day before. Lito Tito, it's already built. Oh, look at that. Lito Tito built me a tiny house. So I'm going to be staying at Lito Tito's this summer, at least when I'm not in Australia or on the Venetia. So if y'all want to visit me this summer, I'll be at Lito Tito's and Usnavi's, staying in the tiny house that he built for me. And we'll be eating a lot of really awesome Louisiana food. So Look at that. Usnavi's got me. Usnavi's got me. And from what I hear, she tells me that she's the better cook in the family. So I'm looking forward to eating a lot of that. And I've heard of some pretty great things from Amanda and Derek. So I'm looking forward to testing all that out. Fireball Steve says, yes, you and Anita and Zoe can always come here. Hey, and I will. We're starting with Lewis and Monsi in the Miami area on Saturday. Rick says, never day of. Will G says, when going out of Galveston, we always drive in the day of. Okay. But you're close enough, so I get that. And at Tim, yeah, he wants our pool and Cajun Creole. And, you know, Tim, they're kind of, I can't say they're wrong on that. That's a pretty accurate statement because they know I love the Cajun Creole cooking. Let's see, Justin, you're a little late on this answer, but Justin says muster, then drop off the bag, then go get a drink. Okay. Annette says day before weather in Chicago can be iffy. Yes, Annette. Well, you know, as a fellow Chicagoan, I can't disagree with you on that. Let's see. Usnavi says he's sending you a picture in a minute. All right. Hey, I'm going to find out what my house looks like in a minute. Alito Tito sending me a picture of the tiny house he built for me. That's awesome. Tim says, Michelle, we have 3 pools. Ooh, look at that. So, hey, Usnavi, you know what Tim said? He said, we got 3 pools and a golf course. So he's like, okay, you know, that's the bet. You know, we're going to raise you 3 pools. Mike don't cook. He grills, though. Will G, good night all. You right, I don't cook. LA. Hey, you know what? Look at that. We went 6 minutes over. I enjoyed just seeing everybody's comments and everything. So many people checked in the beginning of the show. It was such a fun show for me. You all made that happen. So thank you so much for that. We're going to give Zoe an extra piece of salami for her participation in making my arm bloody. Thank you all for the super chats and the treats for Zoe and everything. It was a super fun time. And check this out. This is my plan for this celebration cruise. Make sure your notification bell is on because I plan on boarding the ship live. I want to be live as I'm boarding the ship and boarding the Carnival Celebration this Sunday. Now, I'm boarding this Sunday. It's probably going to be around 11 a.m. Eastern time. Look at that. Cruise Life TV. I love that. They said, you know what? Nope, you're not getting out of here without taking another shot. So we will do that. And Cruise Life TV, I appreciate that. And I'm going to do that shot in your name. And we got a couple pieces of salami here for Zoe. But Cruise Life TV, you are number 7 through 26 for that for next week. And Cruise Life TV, we're going to get you a couple pieces of salami here. High five for Cruise Life TV. And what do you say to Cruise Life TV? How do you thank them? How do you say thank you? Say thank you. Say thank you. Good girl. Oh, she dropped a salami. I'm sure she'll find it. I just did the shot. Yes, good night, everybody. Michelle, thank you. She says, great show. Take care all. Happy cruising. Leela, thank you so much, Coach, for answering my questions. Thank you, cruising community, for helping answer my questions. Yes. Coach says, will you be going live to sail away? I'm going to try to go live, as I just mentioned. And Leela, well, I'm not going to do another shot, but I will give Zoe another treat. I will do that. Lalila, you are numbers 27 and 28. And high five for Lalila. High five. And say thank you. 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 Nobody heard you. Say thank you. Good girl. Okay, there you go. Let's see. Tim says y'all can go party too. Yes. Yes. And you know what? I'm definitely going to take you up on that. All right. So that's it, everybody. We went almost 10 minutes over. Like I said, I had an awesome time. I hope you had, if you had half as much fun as I did on this show, you had a great time. And I know you're going to be back. Um, I'm going to be on the celebration next week. I'm going to be on the celebration. So make sure you have the notification bell hit because I plan on going live multiple times. I'm going to try to go live on our normally scheduled Tuesday. That's going to be a port day. I don't know if it's Amber Cove or San Juan or wherever, but I'm going to try to go live and take you around the ship and show you all the fun that I'm having and stuff and everybody that I'm meeting. So again, have the notification bell hit. I never know when I'm going to be going live. So just be ready to party because I'm going to be partying. All right. All right. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you soon. Take care. And thanks so much for everybody, the comments, the super chats, the super stickers, all the great stuff. Take care. All right. We'll see you soon.